All right, let's jump right in. If you're running a business in Bangladesh, have you ever stopped to think about how your customers actually find you? For almost all of them, that journey starts in one simple place, a search bar. Today, we're going to break down why mastering that search bar with something called SEO isn't just another marketing trick, it's pretty much a fundamental engine for growth in one of the world's most exciting and fastest-growing digital economies.
Okay, just look at this number, 96.9%. Let that sink in for a second. What is that? Well, that's Google's search engine market share in Bangladesh. Wow, that's not just dominance, it's practically a monopoly on how the entire country discovers, well, anything. This is the front door, the primary gateway where your customers, your partners, and even your investors get their very first impression of your business.
And that really leads to the single most important question you can ask yourself today. When a potential customer out there types in a search for the exact product or service you sell, whose name pops up? Is it yours or is it your competitors? Because honestly, in this market, the answer to that one question can literally make or break your entire business.
Now, to really get why this is so critical, we've got to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. What we're seeing right now is nothing short of a digital gold rush in Bangladesh. It's this massive, massive opportunity for any business that knows how to navigate it.
And the sheer scale of this opportunity is frankly staggering. By the end of 2025, we're talking about Bangladesh having over 82 million internet users, 186 million mobile connections. This is not some niche market we're talking about. This is a vast, deeply connected audience, and every single day, millions and millions of them are using search to find solutions, products, and services.
And all this digital activity, it's fueling some incredible economic growth. But here's the catch. With all that growth comes incredibly fierce competition. In basically every industry, more and more businesses are jumping online, all fighting tooth and nail for the very same customer's attention.
And that brings us to the core challenge, the big problem this digital boom creates for everyone. You know, if every business is shouting online at the same time, how does any single one get heard? This is what we call the invisibility problem.
This quote just hits the nail on the head. Search visibility is no longer a technical luxury. It is a commercial necessity. I mean, it perfectly captures the shift in thinking that's required now. This isn't some nice-to-have feature for big brands anymore. It's a fundamental, absolute requirement for survival and growth.
So let's just be crystal clear about this. If you don't have a strategy to be found online, your business is effectively invisible to those 82 million potential customers. That line between being searchable and just being forgotten, well, that's what defines commercial success today.
Okay, so how do you solve this invisibility problem? The answer isn't guesswork. It's a disciplined, strategic process. So let's decode what search engine optimization, or SEO, really is.
To put it simply, SEO is all about making your website easier for search engines to understand and, more importantly, more useful for actual people. It's not about tricks or secret formulas. It's about aligning your website's structure, its content, and its reputation with what search engines and your customers think is relevant and trustworthy. The goal isn't just to get clicks, it's to get qualified traffic from people who genuinely need what you're offering.
You know, modern SEO really has two sides, and they're equally important. On one side, you've got the technology. Things like how fast your site is, how well it works on a phone, its overall technical health. Then, on the other side, you have communication. This is the art of understanding what your customers are actually searching for, and then creating amazing content that answers their questions. To win at this, you absolutely positively need both.
And these big ideas break down into 5 key pillars. You've got on-page SEO, which is all about the content that's actually on your pages, the words, the titles, the images. Then there's technical SEO, that's the foundation, making sure your site is fast, secure, and easy for Google to read. Off-page SEO is all about building your reputation across the web, getting links and mentions from other trusted sites. For any business with a physical spot, local SEO is crucial for showing up in map searches in places like Dhaka or Chachagram. And finally, e-commerce SEO has its own special set of rules to make sure your actual products show up when people are ready to buy.
Okay, so we know what SEO is, we get the moving parts, but let's talk about what really matters. What does it do for your business? How does all this effort actually affect your bottom line?
So here's the payoff. First, you get visibility at the exact moment a customer needs you most. That's huge. Second, you build credibility. People just inherently trust those organic search results more than they trust ads. Third, it's a super cost-effective long-term asset. See, unlike an ad that stops when you stop paying, a good ranking can bring you leads for years. And those leads, they're much higher quality because they're driven by real intent. It also helps you expand your market, right? A business in Dhaka can suddenly reach customers in Sylhet, no problem. And honestly, the whole process just makes your entire digital presence look and feel way more professional.
The value is pretty clear, right? So the last, most practical question is, how do you actually do this? For most businesses, this means finding the right partner to help guide the strategy.
Out there, you're going to find two main types of partners. You have your specialist SEO agencies. These guys are great for really focused technical work, like audits and specific ranking campaigns. Then you have what you might call a strategic growth partner. They're better if you need SEO to be woven into your bigger business strategy and your commercial goals. Neither one is better than the other. The right choice just depends entirely on what you need right now and where your business is headed.
And that's really the key takeaway here. The best partner for you isn't always the loudest or the biggest one. It's the one that truly gets your business model, your industry, and what you're trying to achieve. Choosing an SEO partner is a big strategic decision, and the right choice always comes down to fit, not fashion.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. The digital landscape in Bangladesh is transforming at lightning speed. The question is no longer if your customers are online. We know they are. The real question is, when they go looking, will they be able to find you? You have to decide. In this new digital economy, is your business going to be found or is it going to be forgotten? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.